Ma'am? Excuse me. Ma'am? Mind if I sit down? I'd like to use some company.
Not at all. I suppose I could use some company. What's your name?
My friends call me Tommy. You can too if you like.
Tommy. Such a cute name.
And you?
Fauna. Fauna Rainier.
Oh, I like it. Very natural sounding.
I'm glad you noticed. It wasn't my birth name, honestly. I just sort of gave it to myself.
Well, I like it, Fauna.
Thank you, Tommy. You want to get out of here?
I mean, where do you want to go?
Somewhere a bit more private, where we can be alone.
Lead the way, madam. Nice place you got here. So, tell me, Fauna, what do you...
Gentlemen, thanks for coming. Chief Rylass, Mr. Benstrom, thank you. Can I get you gentlemen anything? Water, perhaps?
No, thanks, Warden.
All right, well, Chief, Mr. Benstrom, I'm honestly at a lack of action. I don't know what to do. You come into work, you're confident that you can handle any of the punches the day throws at you, but this is different. She's different. Mr. Benstrom, for context, the Chief and I have personally been discussing the latest prisoner at Coppervale, and she's not like the rest. You think you've seen it all, especially at a prison. But what do you do with something like this? Something like she did.
Warden Hartman, we'll take care of it. You can count on us.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. You don't know what this means to me. To Coppervale. Thank you. Thank you.
Chief, what kind of prisoner did we get?
You are going to have a field day with this one. Fauna Rainier. Birth name, Cassidy Tallis. We just got her in for the murder of Thomas Fernhand. We caught her red-handed, literally.
Sir, with all due respect, is that what's worrying Warden Hartman? I mean, if we know she did it, it's just a typical murder case.
Well, that's just it. It's not. We actually found Thomas's remains in her soil. His blood watered on her plants. And pill bottles in the medicine cabinet full of shavings of his bones. So no, this is not a typical murder, not a typical murderer. The fact of the matter is, we can't just put her in with other prisoners until we know how dangerous she is, or how dangerous she might be. And this is where you come in, Gary. If you can help us figure out how dangerous she is or isn't, then Warden Hartman will be able to put her someplace where she can't hurt anybody. Maybe save some lives. Do you think you can handle it?
And here I thought I saw it all. I've always wondered why people can be trusted to so desecrate their fellow man. I mean, what's so fundamentally hard about common decency?
Question I've been asking myself for years. Gary, if this is too much, I can...
No, I can handle this. I'll take care of it, sir. Just leave it to me.
Bring her in. Good luck. Be careful.
So, Cassidy Tallis.
I prefer Fauna, if you don't mind.
Why, Fauna, if you don't mind?
Because I like names based around nature. Besides, my old name just isn't me anymore, you know?
I do, Cat. I do, Fauna. I do know.
Do you? Because you just said my name again.
I corrected myself, didn't I? Well, let's get started, Miss Rainier. I'd like for you to answer the following questions in which I'm about to ask you to the best of your ability and knowledge. And I'd like for you to the best of your ability and knowledge to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you seem like you're the kind of girl who knows the difference between the best of her ability and the whole truth.
Yes. I do.
Perfect. I think we can skip the name part. What do you do for an occupation, Miss Rainier?
I'm a gardener. I work in the greenhouse in the local supermarket.
I see. And what do you like about gardening?
I've always had a soft spot for nature. Well, soft spot is a bit of an understatement. I love nature. I love seeing it grow and thrive, seeing the circle of life come full. Full circle.
You seem to really value life then.
Above all else, sir, I love life.
You seem to care for it, to nurture it. You want to make sure that it lives out its full life to the best of its ability.
Absolutely.
Great. And let me ask you this next question. What's so different about Thomas Fernhand?
That's a good question.
Well, you said you care for life, you nurture it, you want it to live out its full potential. You know, you said these things, you care for it.
I do. There's just a certain beauty I find in death. Human death, honestly. Something that it gives to nature. I just find nice.
So why do you praise life so much and yet find beauty in human death?
Why does death scare you so much? Why does it horrify you? What is there to be inherently afraid of? Life just leads to death. And as a result, death leads to life. It's just a circle of life.
See, that's where I'm unsure. If life was just for death, then it wouldn't be called life.
And yet life always leads to death. It's unavoidable.
So why is there death or life in the first place? What good is either?
You can't have life without death, nor death without life. They lead to each other.
Death does not create life, in human or otherwise.
Oh, I disagree. It creates life and fosters it in beautiful ways.
How so? How does human death create life, and why specifically human death? What makes you so fascinated about it?
Honestly, I was never cared or tended for by the humans in my life. More specifically, my mother and father. I was never watered, in a sense, never fed. My roots had no soil to take from, in a manner of speaking. I'm surprised I didn't wilt myself. Then one day, with the strength that I had, I slit their throats. I fought back. Took their bodies to the meadow in the backyard, anywhere else people would have seen. But as time went on, flowers around them grew. They were being nourished. New flowers altogether were growing. It's almost as if the only way they ever tended or cared for something in their life was in their death. So tell me, why does death horrify you so much, when in the end it's just the best for life?
I see. Death is best for life.
Exactly. Nothing to be afraid of.
So by that logic, why should I put away the mousetraps in my house? Why should I feed my pets? I mean, they're better dead than alive, right?
You monster, why would you do that?
Wait, hold on. Where did that come from? You just got done telling me that death is the best and good for nature, the good for life, and yet killing animals is somehow different?
They have just as much of a right to this world. They're nature too.
So what makes humans different?
Humans destroy nature. They never had a right to this world.
So why are we alive? Why are we on this planet that we apparently don't have a right to unless we're dead? And more importantly, why do you care about the tree outside why do you care more about the tree outside than your own fellow man?
The tree outside never hurt anyone. The tree outside doesn't kill or destroy.
So what about the mountain lion who hunts the deer for food? He still kills and destroys, right? How is he any different?
Death is a natural part of life.
So it's okay for the mountain lion to kill and destroy, but not the man. How is the man any different?
Man's only good when dead. They're only good when rotting on the ground, fodder for the plants. Listen, you monstrous, odious prick. If you call the guards in, I'll kill you, and then I'll kill them.
I'm not scared of you.
Don't even try to fight, because after I'm done with you, after I've bathed in your blood and fed your disgusting body to my plants, no one will remember you. Not a single disgusting human like you will ever be remembered. Death is his natural state. Death is the only thing this life leads to or ever will amount to. Don't you understand?
Oh, really? I thought you said that life creates death and death creates life in your circle of life. I thought you said that life and death depend on each other. But guess what, plant lady? You're human too. So death is your natural state. It's all that your life will ever lead to. So don't call the kettle black if you're a pot yourself. And newsflash, humans are part of nature just as plants and animals are. And you know, life creates death. So by murdering humans because mommy and daddy never loved you means that you're hurting nature. That you're no better than the people you're killing. You're no better than the plant fodder. Cassidy.
Ah!
Guards! Subject is extremely dangerous and needs to be in isolation.
What was that?
Me just doing my job, sir.
Okay, Benstrom, don't think for 1 second that I don't recognize antagonization when I see it. I know you don't trust people. But not only did you put your life in danger, now a prisoner is going to spend the rest of her life in a rubber room because you egged her on, you provoked her into attacking you. Now what do you have to say for yourself?
You're right. I egged her on. I provoked her. I upset her. But I wanted to make sure that she, or anyone like her, was never allowed to the public again. I wanted to make sure that she got locked up. She cared so little about her fellow man. I wanted to see how angry she got. I egged her on to see how little she cared about my life, about a fellow man's life. Why should I let her roam free when there are other people out there like her who care so little? So you're right. I may not trust people. I may not understand why someone could care so little bit about their fellow human being. But why should I deny them the chance to live? Why should I put someone in the same room with someone who doesn't value their life? I egged her on, I made her tick. I know if I didn't, she could have fooled us all, making us believe that she cared, so she could get back out, doing what she's been doing to get her here in the first place. Despite what she and some others may think, man is not inherently evil. Life is not inherently pointless. I'll never understand why we live just to die. I don't think anybody will. But we still live. We still have time on this earth to live, and that should be valued. That is more important than someone being allowed to walk among the life she obviously has no respect for. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Sorry I egged her on. Sorry I provoked her. But know that I did it to defend the lives of my fellow being. That I could defend something that should be valued.
Good work. Gary, nice job. You get better, all right?
Yes, sir.